Hey everybody, it's Matty here with Altcoin Buzz with you on this Tuesday, and today we're looking at Amazon shopping with Bitcoin, which you can do indirectly right now with an app. We'll let you know about that on ethereumworldnews.com, on coindesk.com. With 18 million Bitcoins already mined, as we've been covering, there are fewer than 3 million left to go. How hard is that 21 million BTC limit? Here on CardanoRoadmap.com, we have a status update from the 18th of October we'll let you know about for all the ADA fans out there. Cryptopolitan.com has this story: Ether Futures could materialize by 2020, and that's according to none other than the CFTC Chairman. And finally, on altcoinbuzz.io, we have this opinion piece: how many Craig Wrights exist and which one is a self-plagiarist? So we'll take a look at those stories, but let's begin first with an update of the market here on coinmarketcap.com. We've been doing pretty well these last 2-3 days. Total market cap right now at $224 billion. Bitcoin is up about 0.1% on the day at $8,272. And Bitcoin SV still pumping in the last 24 hours, up 3.95%. We highlighted a major spike yesterday. Right now, Bitcoin dominance is at 66.5%. So you're a smart person, you're tech savvy, you shop online, and you're a member of the Altcoin Buzz Army. You want to spend Bitcoin on your Amazon purchases, but you can't do it directly. There is, however, an app for that. We're on ethereumworldnews.com. Moon is a cryptocurrency infrastructure provider that has just launched a desktop browser extension that allows users to spend their favorite cryptocurrencies for Amazon goods. The extension is currently available for Google Chrome, the already crypto-centric Brave, and Opera. Now, admittedly, this is a bit of a workaround solution. However, it's still a step in the right direction. Moon uses prepaid value on Amazon so that when one uses their cryptocurrencies to pay for goods, the service, quote, automatically converts your cryptocurrencies, tops up your Amazon account, and pays with your Amazon balance. What's interesting is that Moon isn't charging extra fees to users of the service, making spending Bitcoin and its ilk on Amazon that much more of a breeze. Not a bad way, in my opinion, to integrate cryptocurrencies into Amazon, albeit indirectly. I leave it up to you, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army. I'm going to source the wisdom of the crowd here. How much longer do you think it'll be until the likes of Amazon are accepting Bitcoin directly? I would not be at all surprised if they have their fingers on the trigger, metaphorically, and they're ready to launch that feature. But they're waiting for the popular opinion of Bitcoin to rise a bit. Maybe it's going to take another all-time high. Who knows? But within a year, maybe 2 years or 3 at the most, I wouldn't be surprised if this is something that we're going to see in terms of a payment option for customers on the website. That's just my opinion. Let me know what yours is in the comments below. Here now on coindesk.com, we are talking about the Bitcoin algorithm and the fact that there are now fewer than 3 million Bitcoin left to be mined in the next 100 or so years. So how hard is that 21 million BTC limit? Well, quote, the pie is shrinking. This milestone gives people some simple math to raise awareness about where we're at in the Bitcoin mining process, said Alex Edelman, CEO of Bitcoin rewards platform Lowly, adding, quote, it is good for people to see the progress of Bitcoin, to look back on everything that has been done and will be done for the next 3 million. You should pay attention to the next 3 million. This is also a very McAfee-esque argument, who's talking about really diminishing returns here for the miners and how that's going to boost up at least the perceived scarcity. It's all, at the end of the day, pretty much a supply and demand equilibrium relationship. As I've mentioned before, the next 3 million Bitcoins will be progressively slower to mine as a result of block rewards halving, which will occur every 210,000 blocks, or roughly every 4 years or so. And that's going to reduce the new Bitcoin supply by 50% each time. The final Bitcoin is expected to be mined in 2040. So that leaves us about 120 years to mine those 3 million remaining coins. We're 85% of the way through the Bitcoin supply. That doesn't mean that the lifespan of the Bitcoin mining algorithm is also 85% through its length. We've only just gotten started. There are some individuals saying that the 21 million cap is not something that's going to optimize the cryptocurrency's value in terms of an international currency as the leading digital asset. And they're saying that there is some room for debate as to whether that should be raised as a cap. I don't think it's going to happen personally, but if you're interested in some of those arguments, check out the rest of this article. We'll link to it below. As always, again, Coindesk.com. We're here now on CardanoRoadmap.com for a status update talking about ADA for all the fans out there in the altcoin buzz army. These updates from the 18th of October, but still very relevant, just a few days old. Weekly development report here. As far as the DAEDALUS wallet, so Cardano's wallet. This week, the team finished DAEDALUS newsfeed infrastructure setup. This was the last step in the preparation of the upcoming Cardano 1.7.0 release, which includes DAEDALUS 0.15.0 and Cardano SL 3.1.0. Cardano Explorer. This week, the team finished the implementation of the design of the transaction details and stake pools list pages. This is an important milestone as now all the key UI elements have been completed for implementation within the Jormungandr Explorer app, with the initial version to be derived from the example application contained within the JS Chain Libs repository. It's also been an intensive week for the wallet backend team. The team's efforts in testing rollbacks and chain following have finally paid off, while part of the team was busy with making sure the wallet worked in a decentralized setup where nodes may switch to different chains arbitrarily. Another part has focused on getting data about stake pools stored in a database and served through an HTTP interface. This will enable front-end clients like DAEDALUS to give insights about available stake pools and how they perform. Be sure to check out the other updates here as well on the Cardano roadmap as they pertain to networking, to DevOps, Cardano decentralization, and Agogen. Of course, last week, the Plutus team made improvements to logging and error handling in contracts, where they added an error constructor to deal with errors that happen during contract execution. A lot is happening in the world of Cardano, and more than anything, I appreciate the fact that they are transparent and they're accountable for their own actions. That seems to be the culture they're trying to cultivate. That's always something I've appreciated in a project team. And now we have this story on Cryptopolitan.com. Ether futures could materialize by 2020, and that's according to a CFTC chairman. The chairman of the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, Keith Tarbert, is hopeful that Ether futures could soon become a reality. Speaking to the moderator Chris Brummer recently at the DC FinTech Week at Georgetown University, Tarbert insisted that he would like to see the successful implementation of an Ethereum futures contract in the next 6 to 12 months. Although he is quick to point out that this is nowhere close to being the end goal of the cryptocurrency based on a formidable blockchain technology, Tarbert added that Ether futures contracts do manage to tick all the right boxes, and now that the industry has sufficient clarity on its eligibility, it would not be long before market leaders seriously consider implementing it. And earlier this month, Tarbert declared that the commission considers Ether as a commodity and that it will be willing to approve futures contracts on the world's second largest cryptocurrency by market domination. However, he is unable to name interested parties as no one has contacted the agency seeking approval just yet. I have a feeling that a few people will be contacting the CTFC after this public discussion that is now making its way across the internet. There is also the question of other cryptocurrencies, and Mr. Tarbert did note that right now we really can't expect any other cryptocurrencies to receive futures contracts in the near-term future. Let's kind of check off Ethereum, get that out of the way. But if there were to be another project out there, there are so many altcoins, a couple of thousand really by my last count. If there were one of those projects in particular that you're very passionate about, maybe it's one of the projects that we cover here at Altcoin Buzz on a regular basis, let us know in the comments below. Which project would you most like to see have its own futures contract approved by the CTFC? Let us know your thoughts, as always, in the comments below. And finally, on altcoinbuzz.io today, we have this opinion piece: how many Craig Wrights exist, and which one is a self-plagiarist? Article here by Alicia. Plus, are all of those Craig Wrights Satoshi Nakamoto's as well? Many of you know this, but Craig Wright, speaking at the Cryptocurrency London Investment in Blockchain and AI Forum in 2019, said yes, he is Satoshi Nakamoto. We link to that story here if you're not familiar with it. However, this time, Craig Wright went a little bit further and even decided to accuse Nakamoto of being a plagiarizer. Yes, if you can believe it, that's what Wright said. You know, one of those people who carelessly copy-pastes texts that don't belong to them. Satoshi is one of them, and apparently he shamelessly stole part of his thesis in 2008. Consequently, Wright is about to prove it as he is gearing up for the publication of the groundbreaking thesis. Wright said, quote, "Either I am Satoshi or Satoshi plagiarized me. You can make the choice. I don't really care," because he actually took whole paragraphs from my LOM. So it's either me or I don't really care if you like it. Craig Wright, of course, is mired up to the neck really in controversy, as Licia jokes about here. He has more than a mundane task to take care of, which is the payment of a stupendous amount of money to Ira Kleiman, the brother of the deceased Dave Kleiman. If you're not caught up with that drama, you can read about it here in the link, but Mr. Wright definitely ripped off the Kleiman family one way or another. That's a sticky situation that is still unfolding. So look, Craig Wright is the kind of guy that makes a lot of over-the-top comments. I'd say, to be honest, even more so than the John McAfees of the world. I'm not a big fan myself, but in closing and in a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek comment, Licia writes, regardless, the community is extremely excited to see his thesis. Hopefully, he will not forget to copyright it as well. Let's see what Craig Wright comes out with. It just seems like everything that he says is more and more ludicrous than his last comment and his last set of statements. We'll keep on top of it and let you know, as always, what the updates are. And that about rounds it out for today, everybody. Do be sure you're following us on all the regular social media channels and keep checking back into our website. It is altcoinbuzz.io. That's where you'll find all the latest news. Go ahead, like, subscribe, share, hit the bell to receive notifications if you've enjoyed today's video. All the very best of luck, of course, if you choose to invest on this Tuesday. But have a great day, everybody. And as always, we hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.